Hi everyone, today I'll be replacing my Ryzen 2000 series. I have a Ryzen 7, the 2700X, and I will be replacing with Ryzen 9, the 5900. Let's see. Okay, so I've just bought it for around 575 euros here in Romania. I'll be mounting it on my Asus Crosshair 7. It is I've just got the latest updates. It came on the, let me show you. So the latest BIOS is 4007 and it came on 10th December, and today is 14th. I have ordered my CPU on 12th December. Okay, I have updated my BIOS already using my Ryzen 7 Ryzen 7 CPU. It is overclocked currently. I will not try from the start to overclock it because I don't know if it will work with overclock, but I want to see if it is stable with this BIOS on the stock. Let's get first to the unboxing. So the box is empty. It has some foam on the end of it, and the CPU is on the side. So you have your CPU, a sticker, and some paperwork. Let's see if the pins are not bent. The pins are looking okay. Okay. I will get now to the BIOS and reset my BIOS to the default. So it has booted. As you can see, the BIOS version is 4007. It came on 09/12 date, so it's on 9th December. And the AGESA version is this AGESA version is 1180. This is the AGESA which adds support for X470 motherboards and 450B boards, if I'm not mistaken. I had support for Ryzen 9 series. As you can see, my current CPU is Ryzen 7 2700. I will go to load optimized defaults. Okay, and okay, so everything will revert to normal. Let's click OK. So it runs at stock speeds currently. As you can see, it boosts up to, biggest boost was 4291 and 4341. So this is the latest BIOS. As you can see, the CPU core bounces around. I was locked on my overclocked on 1.25 volts, and the CPU was locked at 4000. The CPU multiplier was locked at 41. Now I will be shutting down my PC, and I will get with removing my Noctua cooler. Okay, my Noctua cooler and everything out. I will vacuum a little bit my computer and will be installing the new CPU. So I have removed my GPU and the first CPU cooler from Noctua NH-D15. Let's remove the next cooler, next ventilator. This one is tight. Okay. Let's remove the power. So the CPU coolers are pretty clean, no dust on them. Next, I need to remove the base. I will be using a screwdriver. It actually got loose a little bit. I have not removed this CPU cooler from when I mounted it. Okay, let's see the paste was spreaded. Okay, I'll clean this in a moment. I think I used Noctua own paste, which came with the cooler, and this is the CPU. So the print is pretty cool. Let's remove this CPU. I don't know, maybe I should clean it before removing. Let me get my wipes. Okay, so I'm wiping already the paste. You almost can see the face of the CPU. Okay, let me show you. And this is my CPU, almost all cleaned up. So this is the box from my old CPU. Looks a little bit sturdier than the current one. Okay. It actually has a little bit of dust buildup here. Some extra paste. Okay. Okay. Let's remove the old CPU. Got a little bit stuck. Okay. All the pins are there. So as I mentioned, it got a little bit stuck. And the CPU is back. And it's in its original state. I don't know what I will do with this CPU. I think resell. Looks like new. There's a little bit of paste. Let's clean it off. It actually got carbonized. Before any dust will settle in, let's remove the new CPU and place it in. Okay. Okay. So it stays fitted. Yay! And it's on its place. I will dust it a little bit, my PC around it, because it has some dust buildup and I didn't want it to smudge the paste all over it. Next, we need to remove the paste from the Noctua tower. Let me put, okay. This wipe is full. This paper towel, not wipe. Next. There's a little paste on the edge. That's why it gets dirty again. Okay, let's see the reflection. Yes, it's almost perfectly clean. Okay, so I watched some videos on internet because I did not remember the last time what the CCXs are. So here is the controller on the left side on Ryzen the 3900, and here on this side are the CCXs. So to cover all the CPU with paste, I will put a line here. So when I'm pushing the CPU cooler, so from here to here, the CPU cooler, it will spread to the sides. I must do it from the first try because I don't have left so much paste. Let me show you. Where is the focus? Okay. As you can see, there is a little tiny line here. Almost non-existent. Okay. So, only one shot. And this, let's see. Is this enough? What do you think? It's kind of a thin line there. That's too bad I don't have any other paste. Okay. Okay. One shot at this. Let's see which side of the CPU cooler was used. I usually clean one more time. the surface of the cooler. Okay. Okay. Little bit of center. Let's wiggle it a bit around. And let's hope that temperatures are decent. If not, I did not apply it correctly. Also off topic, you must leave it at least 24 hours so the paste will spread out evenly. Okay. Little wiggle, no big pressure. I think we're good to go. Let me remount my fans. The cooler, CPU cooler is mounted. Actually, I fitted even the Noctua name, so it's not upside down. Let's mount the GPU. This was closed. Okay. So it clicked, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. It clicked or not? Yes, it clicked. The only bottleneck in my system now is the GPU, which is only a 1080. A simple 1080, no, no fancy Ti or something after. But the current stock does not permit any good upgrades. The only upgrades in Romania that you can make right now is the CPU. Let's connect the power supply to the GPU. Okay. It clicked and the second click. Good. We're good to go. Everything is connected. Let's turn on the flash. Okay, so the motherboard has its power. The start button is okay. The GPU has its power. Okay, the start button. And here are some LEDs. Okay, let's start it. Let's see if something cracks. The codes are running. The monitor is here on the left side. Okay, it got a display port input and the Asus ROG logo. Okay. So new CPU is installed. Everything is pushing nice and easy. The CPU is recognized at 3700 megahertz. Let's press F1, bring the keyboard a little bit closer. Okay. Let's see what's here in the configuration. I will see the dock OCP. Let's see performance bias to none. Okay, core performance boost I will set to auto. SMT, it's multi-threading. CPU core per CCX. Also you can adjust now. It's a little bit different than what I had. So the CPU temperature is 57 right now. Okay. CPU core voltage is a little bit high. Maybe that's why the temperature is so high. Okay. Let's set the ROG. CPU SV mode enabled. Okay. Board devices and strip and hibernate off. Those. Okay. Save changes and exit. Let's boot up. Okay. So the GPU is not selected. Weird. Okay, so it's basically reconfigured. My dual screen display is already on. Let's see what we can do here. Let's hope not a blue screen. So my network has reinstalled. The audio is not working yet. Yes, the audio has started. So basically it just readjusted all the drivers to its current configuration. Okay. Maybe an ADA update would be good. So the CPU is 60 degrees. CPU core is at 1.4 volts. It's a little bit high, I think. The CPU is locked. No, it does not recognize it really good, so it's not locked. It's only either displays a bad info. An update is meant to be given. Let's see again. So it's currently at 4.4. Okay, everything has started. Let's see if I have CPU. So I have Cinebench R15. This is my results from my old CPU. Let's see if it improves. So it's working 100%. Utilization. Single core is at 4.6, 4.7. Let's see some temperatures. 67 was the top. Power draw was like a little bit of zoom. Power draw was 109. CPU was 67. Not bad for an air cooler. I need to update all my software so I can have the best result. So my first score, let me put it here, was 3500 on the multi. So it almost doubled with only 50% of cores. And this is the single test. I don't want to run this again. I need to readjust all my fan curves because it's a little bit noisy right now. Let's adjust my okay. So the single core is 261. This is a very big improvement. Very big improvement. Let's run multi-core again. I'm so happy with my new purchase. Okay, so the second result is a little bit better. Let's run it again. Okay, so it has something working in the background. So I have updated IDA to the latest and greatest version. As you can see, all the cores are shown. The CPU fans are pretty high up ramping. The CPU is sitting at 59. At idle. And the CPU package is 51. I'm really curious what it's doing right now. Okay, let's run a Cinebench again. A multi-core right now. And see how the everything bounces around. Okay. So 64 degrees. 65 is the maximum, and core, the highest core had 49. 40. Two cores had those clock speeds. And the CPU package reached 141. Okay, let's see if anything else shows okay. I don't know why the CPU core runs so high. I need to investigate this thing. Okay, so for now I'm pretty pleased to tell you that everything works like charm. Maybe I didn't install the CPU cooler really good, so that can be a problem. As you can see, my RAM here there, it runs very well. It's also overclocked to 3.2. I will try overclocking this Trident Z with B memory dies to a higher clocks, because my old CPU did not support this kind of overclocks. It crashed, especially when I added in configuration 2x16 gigs and 2x8 gigs. So that's why I have asymmetrical. I have 49 gigs of RAM, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, I will run a couple of times Cinebench to see how high it gets. (65, 66), so the voltage drops at 1 point. I'm really curious at 1.25 if I can reach 4.4 stable. Another run. Definitely need to readjust all the fan curves. I think you hear them. Okay. So the maximum currently is 66 degrees. I'm really pleased of this performance. Let's try one more thing. I did not run Ryzen Master for a time. Okay, I need to update it too. So I needed to uninstall the last Ryzen app, and so it actually goes many of the cores second fastest core. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, I don't like those. CPU power is getting okay. SOC power, TDP. But I saw some here on basic view. So the CPU voltage runs around, it gets up to 1.49. So this is on default. Okay, let's get on manual. 1.25. My old CPU would crash. Okay. No. I don't want to play right now. But 3.7. Apply and test. No. Let's see what this does. I don't think it's stressing too much. Or this froze. So it's not getting past 3.7 gigahertz. Okay. Okay. Thank you everyone. Thank you for watching. Like if you disliked it. Dislike if you disliked it, and have a nice day. I will be playing with it around a little bit and I will see how it works.